Larkin hits the front of the rim and out.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Plumlee, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And the Bucks lead by 2. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Larkin, the pass to Lopez. And he dunks it down.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's Larkin. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And it's Lopez penetrating. Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
Brooklyn shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And both free throws good for Lopez. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And he gets it to go.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Kept alive. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws. And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
And so he hits both.
And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year for Brooklyn overall. And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th place finish in that Eastern Conference?
And for the Bucks, a lot of their improvement came, Greg, as you're talking about, in their play against the Eastern Conference. They went 30-22, Clark, against the rest of the conference.
A nice step for a young team, but you look at it more closely. Basically, the Bucks beat teams they should have beaten, but you know, Kevin, the good teams do that consistently, so a good step for them.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's got 9. Young with the steal. To the paint. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Here's Middleton. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Pass to Lopez. Let's go. Milwaukee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
There's the bucket, good. 8 points for Greg Monroe.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Here's Larkin. Screened by Young. Larkin kicks to Johnson. And it's sent back by Plumlee. The Bucks working the ball around. Back to Carter Williams. Plumlee with the screen. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
Johnson kicks to Lopez. And that one is stuffed right through.
And, guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
Lazy defense there, though, fellas. Somebody's got to be willing to put their body on the line and try to impede his path there.
Donald Sloan's checked in for Larkin. Bayless is checked in for Milwaukee. The Bucks have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Johnson against Antetokounmpo. The pass to Bayless. Six on the shot clock. From the line, it's deflected, and they'll keep possession. A second chance effort. And the rebound goes to Lopez. For Brooklyn, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Here's Sloan. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Brooklyn making some changes. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Bogdanovich comes in for Johnson. And it's Brown in for Wayne Ellington. Milwaukee also making some changes. John Henson comes in for Miles Plumlee. And it's Mayo in for Michael Carter-Williams. Here is Bayless. 6 points for him. Outside Mayo for the three. No good. The Nets go the other way with it.
And guys, when you look at O.J. Mayo's statistics over the past few years, nothing really stands out. But then you watch him in games, especially in clutch moments, and he can seem like the most dangerous guy on the floor. A scary, deep-range shooter who loves to take defenders one-on-one.
Bucks trail by 5. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Top of the key, Bayless. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Bayless has got 8 points. The Nets have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Bargnani. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Guys, Bargnani was compared to several other international players when he came out. Some said he was Nowitzki. Others thought he might be more like Yao Ming in terms of impact. Ming was the only other player taken 1 overall who had never played high school or college hoops.
And going back to international comparisons, Bargnani was keeping some pace with Nowitzki over his first 5 years. But that's when the injury bug laid into him, and that's not been the case.
You know, and Bargnani was really starting to play great on the offensive end, and defensively, he started to make an impact. But Nowitzki, on the other hand, just kept rising all the way to that true Hall of Fame status. Bargnani still searching.
Here's Bayless, and it's sent back by Robinson.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And he bangs it home with one hand.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Raptors in Toronto.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Here's Bogdanovich. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Bucks trail by 7, and Bayless kicks to Henson. Here's Monroe. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Nets have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. And Sloan kicks to Bargnani. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Back to Bargnani. He feeds it to Bogdanovich. Count that one. And the Nets lead by 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. The Bucks second.
You know, I don't know if the numbers even told the story. I mean, their defense was as good as it gets, often just leaving their opponents completely demoralized.
Jabari Parker's checked in for Greg Monroe. Sloan dishes to Bargnani. The lead pushed to double digits. And now an 11-point Nets lead.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
There's 1:38 left in the first half of the game. Henson with the screen. Outside Mayo. 6 on the shot clock. Now Bayless. 8 points for him.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
Here's Sloan. It's Brown on the wing. Unloads. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Milwaukee with the ball. Following the bucket by the Nets. Mayo into the lane. You have to love the newest stadium in the NBA here at Barclays. Very state-of-the-art, outstanding facility.
Yeah, the Nets have a nice home here. I bet they wish they were stronger here at home. Finished under 500 last season with a record of 19-22.
And the first one at the line is good.
And last season, the Nets made sure nobody went off against them. They would lose games, but they did a great job of limiting an opposing star from taking over.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. Bargnani up top. Feeds it to Bogdanovich. Bargnani passes to Bogdanovich. And Sloan kicks to Brown. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Bucks ball.
Milwaukee with the ball. Now Bayless. 8 points for him. Outside Mayo. Passes it to Middleton. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Mayo's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Bucks. That'll do it for the first half. Nets lead by 8. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Joe, throughout the first half, you guys seem to have an enhanced intensity on offense as well as on defense. Which was the primary focus for you guys so far?
It's been a little bit of both, but we just got to communicate, talk defensively, get stops, and get out and run.
So much of defense about communication, Joe. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. The second quarter went their way, all the way, as they raced to the lead and stretched their advantage to 8 points by the halftime break. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, Ernie, Kenny, the offense was running really well, and their shooting percentage was outstanding, and it wasn't just luck. It's because the offense never allowed the opposing defenders to get comfortable.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks.
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.